Hi. So any doubts on previous classes? So if you have any doubts, please let us know. Okay. So previous class we discussed about the data types, primitive data types and non-primitive data types. So primitive data types comes under the strings number and boolean value, and also comes under the another two null and undefined. Okay, so these five are the comes under the non-primitive data types because of it stores only single value. Okay, non-primitive data types more than one value. If it stores more than one value, so we can call it as non-primitive data types. Okay, under non-primitive data types we have object, array, regular expressions, and functions concept. So then we discussed non-primitive data types also. So then now JavaScript events, all the operators also we discussed it, right? So arithmetic operators, comparison operators, assignment operators, logical, string operators, bitwise operator, and special operators we discussed, right? So the next one is JavaScript events. Okay, discussed all these things, right? JavaScript events is an occurrence of any user actions in your system. Okay, JavaScript events is any occurrences of any user actions in your application, in your website, in your web application. Okay, for example, mouse click, sliding scroll, on click, form submit, on submit, key key up and key down, and also key press. So all these things are comes under the events. If you can do anything on the if if user or website visitor can interact with, if he wants to interact with the our application, so then we have to implement the JavaScript. We have to implement the JavaScript. Okay, actually events in websites are called the HTML events. Okay, so all these events we can do with the HTML DOM elements only. That means HTML tags only. So without HTML tags, we cannot do anything with JavaScript without HTML. So if you want to do any single operation, any smaller minor operation also with HTML tags only, we can do with JavaScript. Okay, so that is what. So basically these are the not a JavaScript event. So those are the HTML events. So we are performing with the JavaScript actions. Okay, HTML events in websites are called HTML events, not JavaScript events, because of they are occurring an HTML event. For example, when we click on button, but JavaScript comes handy when we want to react to these events. When we click on these events, so if we want to react or if we want to show some error messages, if whatever we are submitting the data is not valid, so then we have to show some error messages. So without JavaScript we cannot show anything. Without JavaScript we cannot show any error messages. So that's why we are call it so JavaScript events. So with JavaScript only we are responding to that HTML events. Okay, so basically, so HTML we are call it as HTML event, and whatever we are doing those events, so we are handling with JavaScript. We are handling with JavaScript. Okay, so then HTML events, it is occurring of event on HTML elements. Okay, example, key press, key down, key up, then on click, on load, on submit. So all these things are the HTML elements only we are doing. So the next one, JavaScript event handling. JavaScript event handling is reacting over the HTML elements. Okay. So the next one, first event. So whenever we are opening, so mostly we are doing with the mouse events only. We can start with the mouse only when we open any application. So after opening the application, so we can do mouse events only. So that is why so we are included mouse events first. Mouse events are most occurring events in a website because of people uses mouse to navigate through website. Okay, because of people use mouse to navigate throughout the application. We will now see various events related to the mouse action. Actions like mouse click, okay. On click event is the most user friendly event. On click event is the most user friendly event. It occurs when users left click on any element. Okay, so mostly we can use in the mouse, we can use only on click. Okay, why? Because in the mouse we are using, always we are using the left click. Okay, so whenever we want any context related, then we can use the right click, right? Context related, anything we want, then we can use the right click. So mostly 90% we can use only left click. So that's why, so on click event. Okay, the on-click event is the most user-friendly event because of we are always using left click. It occurs when users left click on any element. Use of this event can enhance the website attractiveness. How? So using CSS methods, we can add some CSS when we click on button. So we can add some CSS. Okay, we can add some animation. So that's why when we click on click, so we can extend the website enhancement. For example, zooming image. When mouse over, so then so image zooming and zoom out. Okay, during this mouse over. Okay, so the on-click event handlers is used to handle the on-click event. This event handle is now embedded. This event handler is now embedded with HTML5 as an attribute. Okay, so this event by directly we can call in the HTML5 attribute. So without using the script tag, so we can easily use the on-click event. So all the events without script tag we can use. So we can call the functions using these attributes. Okay. Now you can see the one simple example for on click. So JS 17.html dot type. So then HTML type title JS events on click. Okay. So the next one, body which to on click event example. Okay. So then script. Okay. So without script also we can write. So then console.log. So above, so we have a button. Okay, so on click event. So then when we click on click equal to, so then, so first thing I let on click event card. Okay, so then now we can see. Okay, so on click event. So alert is card. Correct. So this is one click. I'm not clicking the right click. When I click the right click, so this type of things is called the on context menus. Context. Okay. So I'm clicking on a right click. On click event called. Okay. So now here we are calling simple alert. For suppose if you want to call the, if you want to print something, so then, so we have to call the function. So my function I am calling. So this way we can call. So then after that, here I am writing function, my function. So then console.log on click event call. Okay. So then now here it is a console. When we click on this one, then on click event is called. Okay. So if you want to append this text here, so then here in the above, we can add div classic id equal to my event. So then close id. So then I am appending this one document dot write document dot sorry document dot get element by id. So then my event is the id. I am appending this output to that above div. So inner html equal to, so then on click event call. Okay, so now you can, okay, on click event call. Here is the output. So this way we can do the on click. So you can put some alert box. So then you can add, you can call the function. So in the function, so we can create any new elements, or we can append the text to the any DOM elements. Okay, clear? So this is what on click event. Okay, next one is on context menu. On context menu, the on context event occurs when users right click an element. When users right click an element, so then we can call the on context method, on context event. It is similar to the on click event, just the mouse button is different. So till now, so we are using the left click. So then if we can use the right click, so then automatically it calls. Okay. So then I am using another button on context. On context. Okay. On context event. So then we can use it here. Just we have to change this event name on context menu. Okay. So on context means it's a right click. It's a right click. So then I am calling another function here. So then my function, right click. Okay, so I have to call this function whenever you call it. So then right click, event called. Okay, so here we have to change the id, right? So right click. So then that id we have to give it here. We are appending this output. We are appending this output to this div. Okay, so this on click event output we are appending to so this div. Okay, now you can see. So on click, so on click event call on context. What happened? Right click, so right, right click inner HTML, right click event call. Yes, function is called. Hmm. First thing, select one on context. On context menu, document with element ID. So then button on context menu, we are calling this function, then alert is there. Forcefully refreshing. No errors also not there. So we are commenting that one. So that one here function is there, and then script is closed. Function right, context menu, button close and button close. ID is there. What happened? My function is not there, then why it is not calling? Hmm. Function, my function, and the button is okay. And context. No. Document dot get element by ID. No. Let you can see one forcefully refresh. Oh my God. On context menu. Something only we are having. Check this check. On context. So what we are doing here? I forgot. What we are doing here? On click is the right click, right? We have to click on right click. Okay. So we are up till now. So we are using left click one. So when we click on right click, so then only it will pass. Okay. So it's a right click function, right? So then now you can see on click, this is a left click. So this is a right click, left click and right click. So then we can create another ID. Here is the right click. So then we can add both the outputs. Okay. So it's a right click, left click, sorry, right click and left click. Okay. So first one is the left click, second one is the right click. Okay. Clear? So this is the on click and on context. Okay. Next one is on mouse over and mouse out. So first one we can see the on mouse over. Okay. So then after that on mouse out we can see. So another button is on mouse over. Okay. So then my function over. Okay. So then function mouse over. Okay. So then function block quotes open. So then document start. For this function I am writing console.log. So then here mouse over event called. So another one is on mouse out. Okay. So then here function on mouse out. So then console.log on mouse out function, so event called. Event called. Okay. So then now here on mouse out. Okay. Clear. So this is the So this is the left click and right click. So the next one on context. When mouse over, see now how many times I am hovering. So here if you can see the number. Okay, mouse out event called. Okay, so here is the mouse out. So then mouse out. At the same time, we are having all the functions. If we can click on this on, so these are all the mouse thing. Mouse down, mouse enter, mouse leave. Okay, so then mouse move, mouse out, mouse over, mouse up, mouse up. Then after that, mouse wheel. When we move the mouse wheel, so then also we can call the functions. Why? Because we are not using. So when we use the any a laptop or other devices, there is no mouse wheel in that one, right? So we are not using the always we are not using the mouse wheel. Okay, so that's why we are not using those things. Okay, then on click and on text and on mouse over and on mouse out. So these are the functions, mouse functions we are having. Mouse events. These are all called the mouse events. Okay, so mouse over and mouse out. On mouse event occurs when user hovers a mouse cursor over an element and then removes it. The on mouse event handler is used to handle this event. So the next one, mouse on mouse over. The mouse over event. The mouse over event user hovers on the cursor over an element. The moment cursor gets over an element on mouse over event handles. When we are hovering on the any HTML element, then that function is called. Okay. So these are the mouse events. So first one is the on click. So next one is the on context one. So then next one is the on mouse out. So then on mouse over. So these four are we are frequently use these functions events in JavaScript. Okay. So the next one is the form events. So these are the very important form events. So JavaScript form events are those events that get triggers when user interacts with a form. When user interacts with a form. The purpose of using form events is to make form filling process interactive and informative of the users. If you are not using these things, if you are not using these form events, okay, so then user can submit the empty data. Then user can submit the empty data. That means unvalidated data can submit into the database. Okay, so basically these form events we can use for validation purpose. We can use it. Okay, so the purpose of using this form events is to make form filling process interactive and informative for the user. These form events includes on click, on focus, on blur, on reset, etc. So these are the form events we are having on click, on focus, on blur, on reset. Okay. Tips for form filling: when user clicks or hover an input field, confirmation of form submission. Okay. So real time of validation of email and contact number, etc. So we can validate using this on click, on focus, on blur. Okay. So first one is the focus event. JavaScript focus event. So focus event in a JavaScript triggers when user focus on input elements. When user focus on input element. Okay, click on element. So using on focus events handles You can change the element style, like change color or add shadow, or similarly you can show the tooltip or alert boxes to give the information about that input field. Okay, so we can change the background color, so you can change the color, or we can change the, we can give the alert boxes, and also we can give the, we can give the, we can give some information. Okay, so then how we can give, then we can see that on focus. Another one is js18.html dot type, so then html typing, then js form events, js form events. Then next one, body. So then, so if you want to, when if you want to create input, input type equal to, type equal to text. Okay, so then a name equal to name. So then place folder, enter, enter your name. Okay, so then id equal to, id equal to, id equal to, so then name. So then on focus, on focus. So we want to give the alert, so we can call the my function, my on focus. Okay, so then the script, no script, yeah, function, my focus, my on focus. So then function open. So suppose alert you want to show, please fill out the name field. Okay, so we cannot use for on focus, we cannot use the alert for on focuses. So we can see now 18. Okay, why we are not using alert? Because of when we close this alert, it is again focusing on that input only. So that's why we cannot use the alert boxes for focus element. Okay, now commenting this one. So then I want to add some, I want to add some styles to this one. So how I can add it? So here element dot style dot background, element dot style dot background. So elm is the element. Okay, so then okay. So why we are giving this here? Why we are giving this here? For suppose I have another input, email, email. Enter your email and ID is email. Okay. So whenever I am focusing on, whenever I am focusing on, so then only, so that element can background change. So whenever I'm focusing on that one, so it cannot change wherever inputs are there. So that's why I'm giving the this here. So this means that specific element only. So we have to pass that parameter. So this means so that specific element only. So then after that, so we are passing element, then element dot style dot background. So then range. Now you can see only this one. When I focusing on this one, so this one also change. Okay. So this is the way. So if you want to add another background, for suppose border element dot style dot border border equal to then 1 pixel solid or red. Will this will work or not? ELM. Okay. ELM. Right. Border is highlighted with red color only if you can see this one. Okay. So previously it is a black color. So when we remove from that one, so we can able to see the a red border. So then I am increasing the this border with 5 pixel. Then you can able to see. Okay, are you able to see now? Okay, so this way we can add the some appearance to the element DOM elements. Okay, and also we can append some text to this one, and also we can append some text. So then